camera's okay. It's streaming.
It is?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta put. Wait a minute now. Why'd you do all that, man?
Because it's 7 o'clock. We're streaming.
All right. See, now you got me.
I thought we were all done.
You got me bugging here. No, I said don't put the Rondo.
Oh, well, we're on you. Sorry. Well, that's okay. You do that, and I can talk about some stuff. I'm going to turn down my phone real quick also.
How do we get to the... Hold on a second. Well, it's not bringing up the... Okay, here we go.
Hey, guys. We're getting situated here. We're going to start our podcast. We're getting cozy. You've got your jacket.
You're out of the shower.
And hat on. I look like I'm, getting ready for bed or something. It's cold in here. I have the heat running, and it's like, it's only been running for a little bit.
Like a crazy man.
And then Jack's crying in the background.
So here's currently using the GPU. Oh, you didn't plug it in? Oh, you did.
It's plugged in.
Cancel?
Just hit the X there and ignore it. Yeah. And then let's see if there's anyone in the chat.
You do that.
Let me move the screens over. Bear with us, guys. I thought we were all ready to go, and then other things happened. So, okay. There we go. There's the stellar Tony Beller. There is Miss Lois. Hey, guys. Yeah, so I threw on James's big comfy robe because I got cold. So it's kind of like I'm wearing a big blankie because it's so cold in here. The heat's, we have like a space heater we plugged in, and it's like running a little bit. When we host the Hairy Scary Hangout, when we're in character, I actually have to run the space heater a few hours before to get the room warm. Otherwise, I would be really, really cold. Bargain Barons are watching. Hey, Bargain Barons. John Lincoln's here. Draugr is here. I'm sorry. Maureen Campbell is here. Hey, Miss Maureen. All right. James is getting a beverage, I think. I've got my beverage with me. So yeah, our podcast. We haven't done a podcast in like a few weeks, so it was long overdue. And this podcast is called Living the Scream. We're horror film hosts here on Facebook, or not Facebook, on YouTube. And we are also resellers. We each have our own eBay store. We look for treasures that we can flip online for profit. We also look for deals and bargains for ourselves, for our own use or for our own collections. I'm going to read some of the comments here. Lois says, "You look warm and comfy. I'm wearing what they call a wearable blanket, and that's the only reason I stay warm this time of year." The rest of the house is heated pretty well, but we're in like a room that isn't heated.
Coming third.
We're in a room that isn't heated very well. And this is the coldest room, and of course we decide that this is where our little in-home studio is.
We didn't know all that when
in the coldest room of the house. Or the hottest room if you're here in the summer.
Let me see something. How do I see the frames and all that? We're dropping frames.
The internet is?
What are we on? Did you check to see
what
what
the
connection
Wi-Fi.
was? Are you sure?
Yeah, we're on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, because it looks like we're dropping frames. I see it.
Can you guys hear and see us okay? It's on the Wi-Fi. I clicked connect earlier.
Yeah, I'm seeing. See where it says.
But it says.
I know. Where the hell that can go?
Well, this is.
So you drop frames? Where I saw glitches going on our connection.
Okay. Well, no one has said anything. It looks like it's okay.
All right.
It's just on the Wi-Fi. We've done that on the Wi-Fi before.
Okay.
We'll just go with it for me. Or for now.
We've dropped 3.4% frames. It might get worse. Who knows?
Well, let's hope it doesn't. I mean, worst case scenario, we could start a new stream and plug the wire in. Everyone says they hear us and see us fine.
Cool.
Hello, Olivia. She says that she needs a space heater. Cool.
They work, just don't leave them on all day.
People are saying they can hear us okay.
Perfect. All right.
All right.
Well, should we get it started?
Yes.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of
Living the Scream. The behind the scenes of the Mummy and the Monkey. And I explained earlier, we're resellers. Yes. We also are horror film hosts. Mm-hmm. And we're, indie here on YouTube. And we like to talk about, the whole eBay process, the thrifting process.
And we are cat lovers as well.
And yeah, cats too.
My glasses I wear for my Grimm thing, I can see better with. I can't see anything with my actual prescriptions this far away.
Do you need another pair of
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I just noticed that.
I thought there was another pair of glasses.
No, I'm good. Hey, how about you, Lou? How you doing? All right.
All right. So for the first half, let's talk about the reselling part. And then we're going to go into the Mummy and the Monkey portion where we talk about show updates, what movie we're going to play next week.
Yep.
Some cool stuff like that.
And you said next week because tomorrow night we're not doing an episode.
Yeah, we will not be live tomorrow night for the Hairy Scary Hangout. We are going to take this week off and we'll be back next Friday. We decided to do that to maybe take like one Friday off a month. So we are live on most Friday nights. Tomorrow is not one of those nights.
But we are alive as long as we're alive. We're alive on Friday nights.
We're
not
alive
live
right now.
But we're not going to be live on the internet. Right? So
Yeah.
let's clear that up.
Okay.
Semantics and all that.
So last week we had some scavenging adventures and we were part of an estate sale. We worked at an estate sale in Cleveland Heights and it was a beautiful home.
Yes.
And it was a lot of fun. But wow, it can be very tiring.
You don't realize. I mean, we put full days of work in doing being self-employed. I mean, we're always doing something, but it's very scattered. I personally don't have like a set time I do anything. Even with my freelance, I mean, I know I have a deadline.
Yeah.
As long as I get the work done by that deadline, I'm good. But sometimes I will try to discipline myself and wake up early and work like a regular 8-hour work day. Whether it's on eBay or freelance or a combination of that, but we really scatter it out.
Yeah, there are some days where, I try to get up early. I try to pretend that I'm getting ready to go into the office and I'll, try to do the 9 to 5 thing, even though I'm working from home. But then there's some days where, maybe we don't wake up till 9 or 10 in the morning and we work, but we're at a slower pace. We might be in our pajamas for half the day.
And we're more comfortable, we're not standing up all day, and that's what I was going to say. But
yeah, because we were on our feet all day and we're not used to that. And I need to get... that means we're out of shape. We need to move more.
Well, but even when I worked for a company, I wasn't on my feet all day. But
that's
still,
true. Yeah, you
there's
were
still
the desk job.
but there's still that running back and getting up and doing. You moved a lot. We moved a lot more during that work day than I think we did on work days that we usually do at home.
There were a lot of books at this sale, and they were all on the second floor. And I was working on the second floor, and there were some older people buying these collections of books, and they were heavy.
You carried them down for them?
I carried the books down for them because I'm like, that's a lot for that's a lot for some people to deal with. So I thought, let me help carry them down.
You want some peanut butter?
No, thank you. No, thank you. I have a drink there. But it was just fun to get out and talk to people, and the house was beautiful, and it was just nice to see how it was set up and how everything's ran. We do this maybe like 3 or 4 times a year. We'll work at a friend's estate sale, work for her company. And
the benefits of that is that we get sometimes the opportunity to come and shop a little earlier than the sale starts, which is nice.
But what's nice is anything that is advertised online and is pictured, obviously we do not shop because we want to make it fair for the people who wait in line and go shopping that see the pictures online and they're looking for that one item that they see in the picture.
Yeah, that's the sort of the French benefit, as some people say.
Yeah. And shout out to Bargain Barons. They put out awesome videos. They're a fellow YouTuber. And Louie. Shout out to Louie.
He's looking at me like, you better just shut up and pet my head.
But Bargain Barons, they put out some great videos about finding antiques and some jewelry and collectibles, and their videos are lovely.
Are they in the house? I can't see.
They are in the house.
I should run and get Emmy.
Squeeze the Barba Papa, says Tony.
All right. Everybody ready for me? I'm going to squeeze my Barba Papa. Here we go.
Is that legal?
In most states it is, yes. In some countries and territories. Ready?
Yes. Oh, does Louie doesn't like that.
I'm surprised he's got his fingers. I gotta hide him because this one here likes rubber and vinyl toys and may chew the fingertips off of him.
We had a collectible, like little rubber jiggly Dracula toy, and Louie chewed the feet and hands off of Dracula. So
he's fascinated by him.
I have to keep Barbie dolls and other soft vinyl toys away because he'll chew the hands and feet.
What was I calling the girl I found at the thrift store the other day? Emily or Emmy? Emmy. I should go grab Emmy.
You should go get Emmy.
Or I should go. Love that.
Where is Emmy?
You don't know, and it's in a hard place to get to.
But you've got a Louie.
He'll be fine. He'll be back. Boom. There he goes.
Bye, Louie.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Folks.
So yeah, it was fun to work at that sale and to see what people buy and you know how the sale goes, how they run, talking with customers, talking with the shoppers. It was fun. What else did we do last week? Oh, okay. So we also visited Tony at the Streetsboro Indoor Flea Market in Streetsboro, Ohio. Bargain Barons! Oh, thank you. Thank you. And we are members of the Bargain Barons YouTube channel. They have a membership that you can subscribe to for a monetary fee. And it's nice. They put out little extra videos. You can see all the extra videos they put out. Very cool. But yeah, we visited the Streetsboro Indoor Flea Market in Streetsboro, Ohio. And what's nice with the indoor flea markets when you're having crappy cold weather, like how a lot of people up north are having cold weather, you can check out the antique shops, the indoor flea markets, the estate sales that are indoors. There's still lots of things to find, even though yard sale season isn't going on right now. We probably won't have yard sales till maybe April, maybe end of April, early May. They really start to pop up in late May, early June. Especially like in our area. That's usually when we see them, like late May, early June. So not too much longer, like a few more months for yard sales. And what's taking James? He bought something really cool he wanted to share with you guys. And now he's trying to locate it, I guess. I forgot to take pictures of your visit, says Tony. Oh, that's okay. Being live makes all the difference, says Mr. Cool Dude. Yes, yes, it's important to be live. We are so happy to have the Mummy and the Monkey as official bargain buddies. Yay! Thank you, Bargain Barons. But yeah, we did find some great goodies at the Streetsboro Indoor Flea Market. I should have gotten video, but at the time we were caught in the moment. I would love to do more of the reselling videos. I haven't done any reselling vlogs in a while. John says, I love garage sales. Yeah, garage sales are great. I think that's where I have found like the best stuff. Probably the flea market and yard sales. Every now and then the thrift store, but I noticed with the thrift stores, it's mostly bread and butter stuff. I don't really get stuff at a low, because some thrift stores around here, they jack up the prices. It's not as thrifty as you would think. Some of their prices are more like retail prices. So we have to be real choosy when we go thrifting on certain things. I did find something really cool though at a thrift store the other day. And I got a whole bag. Oh, that doesn't go there. That's a different thing. I bought a whole bag of Bratz for $12. Bratz dolls. And I don't even like Bratz dolls, but other people do. They're kind of like Barbie dolls, but they have like the duck lips, the duck face, kind of like the Instagram models. But yeah, there's like, you know, that's what the Bratz dolls look like. But I got a whole bag of those for $12. And some of these, when you check the solds on them, certain ones, not all of them, most Bratz dolls individually might go between $10 and $15 each. But some of them, if it's like from a certain collection, if it has a certain outfit, some of those might be $90 out of the box. And then some of them new in the box go for like $200. I didn't even think Bratz dolls were that popular.
I had no idea.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like Bratz pieces and parts to go through. And then I have to fix their hair, you know, research all the pieces and everything.
Bargain Bear? Oh,
yeah, nice. They give, yeah.
Cheers.
You were gone for a while.
Cheers. I was looking for the aglets. I can't find the little box of like old.
Wasn't that in the living room?
I can't find it.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll just continue on.
Yeah. I got cool stuff.
But yeah, I mean, there's so many like little pieces and clothing and like so many little dollies. And usually with the Bratz dolls, their shoes go missing real easy. And it's kind of weird with the shoes. Like their whole foot comes off.
Ay, ay, ay.
Like the foot is attached to the shoe. So when they change their shoes, they're changing their feet. It's very strange.
How does it work with dolls of different ethnicities? I mean...
What do you mean? Like, oh...
What do I mean? If their feet are exposed, I mean their feet, you can see skin, yeah?
Well, yeah.
But,
So then you would, I guess they would have white feet. Like if it's a you know, like she looks African American, so I guess
I
you
just
would
wonder,
try
you
to
know,
get feet to
'cause they all have different
match.
skin tones.
Yeah, because like this doll, her foot's missing there, but she's lighter skinned and
Wow.
she has lighter feet. So
Yeah, that's just
yeah,
very
if you
bizarre.
put it on her, it might look
Jeez.
kind of funny. Like maybe
I wish my shoes made that sound when I pop my shoes off.
they're the strangest dolls. Like I never got into them, but they do sell.
That's unfortunate because if you lose it's not like if you lose the shoe, you still have the whole doll.
No.
Like if you use the
if
foot,
you lose
got a partial
the foot,
doll.
then then you have a
Footless
doll.
doll.
You have a doll without feet.
Hmm.
It's really weird. Like
I'm sure,
a weird design.
You know, it's probably a patentable thing. You know, they probably patented that.
Yeah.
And you know, it's to keep, you know, to be able to own the rights to that design.
But there's people just selling the little feet for like $10.
I'm sure replacement feet.
So, yeah, there's a lot to research here. And then like I found what this outfit was. So as I look them up, I'm gonna like separate them and write down like what collection they're from, what doll they are, because each one has like its own name and everything. Kind of like a few weeks back when I was sorting through all the He-Man and She-Ra figurines, I had to figure out which He-Man was what. And I was using Google Lens for that. So I think for some of the Bratz dolls, I might try Google Lens to see if I can play Bratz doll match them up and see what goes to what there. But for a whole bag for $12, I thought it was well worth it. It's going to take a little bit of time to research it, but I got it for a decent price. So, all right, let's check comments, and then you can show off your thingy.
Okay, I'd love to show off my thingy. People have been waiting to see my thing in my drink.
Can't wait for yard sales and garage sales, says Wiki Bobby.
Oh, baby, yeah.
Even if you get 10 each, that's $120, says Tony.
Yeah.
Tracy Lee says, hello, Thursday night. Hello, Tracy.
Thursday night, down to Thursday.
And
DTT.
let's see. Even got Bratz dolls, cartoons, and movies, says Wiki. Yeah. Draugr says she lost her feet in a fashion accident.
Oh, yeah, it can happen. Well, I found this not at a flea market, but at a thrift store, since we're talking about thrift stores, strangely enough. And I guess a lot of people don't put a lot of value in certain things like this, but I'm surprised when this stuff shows up. But you rarely find like a kid.
Oh, there's Emmy.
There's Emmy. There's Emmy right there.
He named her Emmy.
Little Emmy. Either that or Jemima. I thought that was a good name for her too.
Nah,
but
Emmy.
This is cool. It's not a convex frame, you know. It's a flat glass oval frame, but the gesso accents are still pretty much intact. I think it's just a wood frame, with the gesso bits on it. But yeah, she was $10 at the at a Goodwill, believe it or not. And I had to pick it up. I thought it was cool. I think I listed it for like $200.
Wow.
And we'll see. You know, I'm kind of like testing the water. They can sell for a lot less.
So do you think that's 1800s?
I have no idea. I bet you
Well,
the bargain
barons would know.
They would know.
Do you guys think this is from the 1800s?
Yeah,
I thought it might be.
I'm pretty sure it's a photograph that's been photo retouched, you know, or painted or tinted, hand tinted. It doesn't look like a complete. It does look like a portrait. You know, it could a painted portrait, but she has such a sullen expression. You know, she doesn't look like the happiest. It's okay.
I noticed people in the old pictures from 100-something years ago, they very rarely smiled.
Not much to smile about.
They looked, very serious. Posing for the picture.
But
maybe they thought of it as more of a serious thing.
Yeah, stuff like that I hate to see.
I'm not sure.
Sit there at a thrift shop. So
he says absolutely. They say bargain barons say absolutely from the 1800s.
Late 18. Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
That's what I kind of figured. Just from the style of the clothing and the fact that it's very, it's more hand tinted. You know, you could see a lot of work went into tinting that photo. But I think that's what it is too. Is it hand tinted? Is it a painting? I don't know. I think it's a combination. I think it's the hand tinted, but
yeah. Let's see. They said great find for $10, and then instant relative, says Tony. Great for hanging on the wall. John says it's awesome. Love those old pics of people and kids. I have a few really old ones with that fake old color.
Yeah.
1880s to 1900 approximately.
That's what I kind of guessed that too.
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
So you guys are on the same
wavelength
there. Yeah.
Right. I think I had to put it in my description. I was guessing between late 1800s, early 1900s.
And Lois said you had to sit for several minutes while the photo plate was exposed, and that made people look serious and sometimes annoyed. Oh, yeah, if it did take, like, if the cameras were different, it had a longer exposure or whatever.
Yeah, I got a funny family photo that no one's bought yet, but it's, you know, I have it at a ridiculous price, like $50 or something. But it's a smaller photo, but it's like a whole family. Some of the kids are making really funny faces. It's kind of funny. It's kind of interesting. The mother looks really pissed.
And what time period is that from?
Late early 1900s maybe. Well, yeah, 1910s I'd say.
1910s.
Yeah.
That's cool. But yeah, so eBay sales, are they better for you?
For me, I'm doing better. Definitely my 90-day total's gone up since last year, which is good. But you, as you know, we're both trying to do better than we did last year. So
yeah, we're trying to do about anywhere from 5 to maybe 25 listings a day, which is very I think it's very doable.
But when we do listings, like, how do people judge? Do you rate like how much you list? Like, if you list 2 things and each thing is $500, are you good for the day? Or do you need to list like, 50, $10 things? You know what I mean? It's still $500.
Well, it depends on what you want to do for your business. If the more
$100.
I mean, obviously, the more you list, the more inventory you have that people can shop. The more you're putting out there.
Yeah.
And of course, if you list it, it has a better chance of moving.
So I was wondering, because you'll see some resellers, they talk about what the value that they listed that day, with, whether
like the dollar amount.
The dollar amount.
I check that too. So like I'll write everything. We write everything down in notebooks, and let's say I spent $12 on this Bratz haul. I write down all the things I list from that haul. And then I total it up. Like, okay, I listed X amount of dollars worth of merchandise.
And you divide it by each piece to see what you spent on each piece.
Yeah,
you can do it that way if you want.
Yeah, you can, and that way it's like, okay, then I know, like, if everything goes for my asking price, that's the dollar amount I could get.
So is it better to list one $1,000 thing or 10 $100 things? That's the same thing as far as a dollar amount.
Depends on what sells. So here's the thing. You could have like an expensive $100 piece or $500 piece. It might take longer to sell if it's something that's maybe a little more obscure or something designer that not everyone has that kind of money to spend. There are some people that like to go online and sometimes they only have $10 to $20 to spend. So
not my
I don't mind listing the $10 to $15 VHS tape that I paid maybe 50 cents for. I don't mind parting out the Barbie doll shoes for $15 or the He-Man for $15 because it's all going to add up.
Right.
And most of the stuff I sell, so I did go, in my 90-day total, my 90 days of eBay, I sold 415 items. My average sale transaction is around $31. So that's not too bad. When you combine like my $10 and $15 items, and then I've got some higher dollar items in there, it's all going to add up and it's going to average out. So it's all
going to be okay.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you can eat and pay your bills and you're comfortable with how you're running your business. Obviously, if you're not happy with that and you want to be like a millionaire, you might have to do something else. I don't know. So it's not everyone is going to make a bajillion dollars. There's a lot of YouTube videos that are like, I made, $10,000 in one day on eBay. Yeah, it's possible you could do that, but it's not an all the time thing. So, all right, let's check comments. Everything adds up, says Tony. Yeah. Some amusement parks and fairs still do the old 1800s pictures with costumes to wear.
Oh, yeah. Those are weird. I've done it.
So the smaller items, I hear a lot of people say they're bread and butter items because it's...
Well, the ones that sell consistently,
Small. It might be smaller dollar items that can sell consistently.
The bigger dollar items are called home runs.
Yeah, home run is like the
the
high dollar stuff. Yeah. So a home run item that I also sold last week was a pair of ladies' leather shoes. I sold these shoes for $179.
It took a few years.
It took
year and a half,
like 7 or 8 months.
Ah.
I bought them over the summertime at a thrift store. They looked unusual to me. They looked almost like witch shoes. They had like a little heel and kind of pointed toes, and they were made out of really nice leather, and they just looked really different. And the brand was called Think.
Witch. Oh.
It was Think with an exclamation point after, and it's some European brand. I've never heard of it before. I thought these are kind of cool. Let me look it up. And yeah, and it was a size 10, so it was a good size. Because I noticed the larger shoe sizes seem to sell better than the smaller shoe sizes.
Is that a fact?
Just yeah, from what I've seen anyway.
Interesting, because they're harder to get. Some people because because when the shoe store does have those sizes in, they sell fast because people, you know, or maybe it's more common size. That's even sometimes interesting. So we went, speaking of other stuff, I'm going to try my first consignment with a friend who called us over to say he had a lot of CDs he wanted to get rid of, compact discs for those who don't know what that is. And I looked through them, and there's interesting stuff, a lot of normal things. But so I picked up just a little hunk, I mean a little bit, but if these sell, these could be pretty good money. The first, like there's 4 of them here that I've never heard of this artist before, but he was all about him. Knows a guy, recorded with him and everything, helped him record some stuff because he's into audio engineering and stuff, the fellow we talked to.
Yeah.
But this is a guy named Prick, or his band is called Prick.
Oh, that's the band name, guys.
Yeah, I guess it's some kind of like alternative, like punk rock stuff or something like that. I can't read what he signed in one of them, but they are signed.
He signed some adult-oriented things on the CD.
And one of them, this one, there's some copies. You know, one's opened and signed, one is sealed. But we looked these up, and this particular one is called Prick the Record, WRECKARD, like spelled record, spelled differently. But someone has this one. They say on
Here,
eBay.
do you want me to hold it to the camera?
They say it's rare, but they have it, and it's not. There's no. It doesn't say in the description whether it's new or used. It just says $179. So we have one signed by the artist and one sealed. So we'll see what we can get. You know, I'm going to try my best to put them up for what I can get out of them, and we'll see what happens. We'll split the dough.
Yeah, there
and
you
then
go.
These other 2 are really interesting. This one is by Michael Nesmith, who was a member of the Monkees. Go figure.
Yeah,
I
and
would know
he
that.
passed away not too long ago.
Yes, he did. And this is a band. He got Michael Nesmith and the First National Band. I don't know how much his CD by itself is worth. I haven't looked this one up. But what's interesting about it is that our friend Joe got it, and it's autographed to Joe. But that's Michael Nesmith's actual autograph there. And we have the provenance for it and everything. If we have to contact Joe or have him put something in the description, ultimately we can.
Yeah, but he has a little story to go with it because he met these people in person. So the punk guy he actually worked with helped him set up his computer or something.
Yeah.
Actually, went to his house. And
this is 2008 this was signed. So this is interesting. And I don't know how much Michael Nesmith's autograph goes for, but I'm sure it's more than $10. So I would gather it's probably worth a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
And then this other one, we both can't wait to listen to this.
Yeah, this is the one I was most excited to see when he invited us over to look at CDs. So
Did he tell you about that one?
He did not.
Oh, okay.
I don't believe he told me about it.
You mean when we were there, you were excited when you saw it?
When I saw it, I was really happy to see it because this is a homebrew. This is something that this person made by hand and was selling them in person. The artist,
not Prince, but
no. This is Bobby Boris Pickett.
Now you know who that is, right? He did the mash.
He did the Monster Mash. The Monster Mash.
That's the guy right there.
This is the guy that did the Monster Mash, and he signed this CD.
Yes, he probably printed out everything.
And this was something he made, at home.
Probably and a little printer set up.
It says 33 of 50.
So he only printed 50 of those CDs up.
Yeah.
What's on the CD? What songs are on
The songs are The Werewolf Watusi.
Okay.
Godfather's Respect, Me and My Mummy.
Oh.
Sky High Market. He did some talky things, like comedy things too. Monster Man Jam. The Graveyard. Monster Rap with Bobby Payne. King Kong.
Oh, nice. There's a Mummy song and a Monkey song.
Renfield the Madman.
Huh.
Star Trek. Like a Star Trek.
That might be what he's talking about.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he said he met him at a Star Trek, get-together, Star Trek event in 2002. So this is from 20 years ago. And Bobby Pickett. Bobby Boris Pickett is no longer with us.
Yeah, he passed on as well. But
Yeah.
we're excited to look up this one. This one could go for a decent amount too.
So, yeah, that we definitely need to research because I don't know what his autograph goes for. If it doesn't go for much, I'll buy it off of our friend because I kind of want to keep it.
Yeah,
but if it's like
cool.
if it's a good dollar amount, of course we'll sell it.
I mean, we can make a copy of ours, but ultimately,
no,
to own the real thing would be neat.
It's not the same.
Either way, he'll get some money for this. All right, so that's going to be interesting. My first venture into the consignment field. Anyway, what else we got?
Wiki Bobby says he even did a movie in the 80s.
Oh.
That's cool.
Wiki Bobby.
So I talked about the Bratz and, the flea market and how we, did a little bit of thrifting here and there. So yeah, I mean, this was just the other day. We went to a local thrift where, while we were running errands, James was like, well, let's stop in and take a look.
Yes.
And when we were done with the flea market on Sunday, we were both like, yeah, let's not go thrifting for a few weeks.
And that didn't really work out too good.
No, and then like 2 days later, we're back thrifting again.
Yeah, but when we went to the Value World, I found some videotapes, movies that are by the Magnetic Tape Corporation or something. I've never heard of it. But anyway, if you look up those, don't look it up because I don't have it right. But anyway, there's a maker of video VHS tapes that came out probably in the late 1970s when VCRs were out. And they put out a bunch of movies, and some of them were the first time these movies were released on VHS. They didn't have some of the ones that I found on eBay, at the Goodwill, but I did pick up like Tora, parts 1 and 2. I mean, this is where they had to put the video on 2.
Oh, yeah, those are weird VHSs.
Because they're longer movies. Well, they're longer movies.
Yeah, so you found some obscure VHS.
And they probably did them in
good.
SP mode and didn't put in a longer play. So I got parts 1 and 2, The King and I, part 2. A movie called The Hot Rock with what's his name? Not Paul Newman, Robert Redford, and another one I think. But there were some on there that sold like they had a couple horror titles that came out that sold for like almost $200.
Wow.
So I already got watchers on this stuff, but that's pretty good. So I put them up for a decent amount of money, and they were 50 cents a piece. So you really can't go wrong. I mean, that's what we love to do is find stores that, although they have the $200 this and that hanging around, or jackets and coats that they looked up.
The $40 Coach bag that's covered in stains and rips.
And but they price a bag of they marked it down even those Bratz dolls, and one of them could be worth $95.
It might be if it's complete with all the pieces.
Crazy.
Yeah, there's one that looks like it goes for around $80. If I have all the pieces there, that's good.
I mean, even if you sell for $25 a piece, you got so much stuff in there. I mean, it's going to be a good investment.
But of course, I have to put the work into it.
Now we did find some interesting DVDs. They look like the ones the Dollar Tree or now the $1.25 Tree used to sell.
Yeah.
They're like the flat, thin cases.
Yeah,
show these.
Yeah, these are interesting.
They're Spanish films.
I picked up a couple martial arts movies too. They're like over in the other room, but
these are really interesting looking.
This one looks Satanas something horror movie, and it looks like it's in Spanish. I don't know if it'll have English subtitles, but I still want to watch it. It still looks really interesting. And this one you really liked, Caliman.
I don't know what it is.
And it looks like some fantasy movie with like monsters.
It's before John B. lost his body.
With like monsters and
there's a guy's head hooked up to machinery, a woman with a skull mouth.
Yeah,
it looks really interesting.
Yeah, this looks really cool.
I'll have to pop that in and see what's what on that. And who knows, we might be able to wind up and use it for the show. You never know.
Maybe.
We're going to try.
Tom O just joined us. Hello, Tom O. Oh, it's Tom O. So yeah, sales are steady for me.
Yeah.
I was up in sales last week, and right now, because it's kind of still middle of the week, it's kind of plateau.
Yeah.
I noticed on the weekend I sell more.
People shop more on the weekend.
People shop more nights and weekends.
Paydays, Fridays.
Yeah. And, during the week, you might get like $10 and $15 sales. I did sell something interesting today that I thought was cute.
What's that?
A pair of vintage 1970s, not a pair, but a pack of hair curlers, like little foam hair curlers. Mm-hmm. But they were still like in the sealed pack. And they were dated 1977.
Nice.
And they went for $18.99 free shipping. They were lightweight. They didn't cost much to ship. And the lady said, "Oh, can you please mail it out as soon as you can? I'm going to use it as a prop in a play." So she bought these vintage curlers to use as a prop for like part of her costume.
Nice.
Isn't that fun?
Yep, authentic.
And sometimes we do sell things to props departments
Yeah.
for different cable channels, different movie productions.
Yeah, I sold some stuff. Yeah, where you see it said the production department's name on. It's pretty cool.
Like it'll say props department and then the address, but then like in the past I would try to message them to ask what movie or show it was for, and they won't answer back. They won't tell you.
They usually sign some sort of non-disclosure when they're working on a new project or something like that. So nobody gets any word out of something before it comes out.
Right.
What's going on in the chat?
Mom and I still have a Metropolis VHS, says Connie. Hello,
Yep.
Miss Connie.
I've got one of those.
Once people get their tax return money, they will shop more, says Tony.
Yay, shop more.
Yay. That'd be great. Very cool.
What else is
All
up
right,
for eBay?
so customer complaints.
Oh no.
Do you have any returns open?
No.
I have one return open.
Oh no.
It's not that big of a deal, but at the same time, it annoys me.
Yes.
But it's not a big deal.
Oh, I know it does.
So I bought at a Goodwill, for a couple bucks. It's like a little nativity scene that is a music box. It's like a wind-up thing, and it's silver plated, so it was kind of tarnished, and it looked like it was from the 70s. I sold it for $22 plus shipping. The person messaged me. Well, before they bought it, they messaged me asking about the tarnish. Oh, it's all tarnished. And I said, well, it should clean up okay. Some people like the patina, and that's why I don't always clean the tarnish off of things.
You could be Patina Turner.
So she did end up buying it, but then she goes and tells me that it doesn't work. I know it works, otherwise I wouldn't have listed it.
Issues and problems.
Yes, usually this is the rule of like it always works out this way. If someone asks you a lot of questions before buying something,
Red flag.
That's a big red flag that they're going to want to return it. As soon as they get it in the mail, they're going to complain about something and return it. It just always works out that way. So I said, you know what? It worked when I had it. If it didn't work, I wouldn't have put it on eBay. But if you are unhappy with the item, you can go ahead and send it back, and I'll just donate it. And now there's a return open.
Yeah.
So, oh well. That's my customer complaint for the week.
Well, I don't have anything open because I had one just closed, but I did have an issue.
Yeah.
I received a neutral feedback from a customer who purchased a book end of January, let's say. It was supposed to be delivered, within a week or so, Sent in media mail. It's only going to New York from Cleveland. Well, it got held up in some distribution office in Pennsylvania, in Pittsburgh.
Oh, I remember this.
So
yeah, you told me. About
I thought everything was fine when I sent it out, and then I get a message from the customer. Can you please, let me know what's going on with this? It was only like a day late. So I looked into it. So when you mail something, when we drop off packages to eBay, they scan them in, and that automatically gives them a tracking number from that point.
So that way they can see how far along it is and see that it's on the way.
We buy and print on our own labels at home.
Yes.
But it doesn't get a tracking number until it is scanned in at some post office.
Well, no. When you print the label, there is a tracking number on it.
But it's not official.
But when you take it to the post office, they have to scan it.
Right. And
so when it goes on the truck to the next place, they're supposed to scan it.
It starts its journey there, not after you print the label.
It's after you drop it off.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if they scan it, right?
After you drop it off and they scan it.
Right.
Yes.
That's what I said.
Ideally, they should scan it.
That's what I just said.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Any hoozle. So anyway, I do my due diligence and I check and they go. The person that bought it was like, give me, put a tracker on it. They said, put a tracker on it. Like it has a tracking number. I mean, here's and I sent them the tracking number in a message, and so they can go and plug it in and look it up and see where it is on the USPS post office site. The United States Postal Office site, and on eBay. Well, whatever. They weren't understanding. They kept thinking, the customer kept thinking that I was not doing something to expedite the delivery. I don't deliver the packages. I turn them over and the one thing that anyone that buys anything on eBay,
So he kept complaining
oh my
to
God,
you
like
that...
I had something to do with it. Like I could help. So what I did.
So what, you don't have a matter transporter to just
Not yet.
instantly
I'm
drop
saving
the
saving up
item
for
off
it.
at his door?
I'm saving up for one. No.
You're not going to go drive over
But-
it and deliver it to his house?
Right. All of the delay was put on my end for some reason. Although I kept telling them, look, I'm looking into it. I contacted eBay. They told me that now that they're aware of it, that to just wait it out and we'll see, give it a few more days. This customer didn't like it and they kept saying, I want my money back. Well, here's the problem. This thing is in transit, is not officially lost yet. The big problem is that if I could have refunded them their money, but then when they get the book, which they got the book.
And how much was the book?
$75.
So yeah, that's a decent chunk.
It wasn't a $2 book.
Where you don't want to say,
No.
oh, your item is delayed by a few days or a week. Here's your money back. But then they're going to get the money back and they're going to get their item eventually.
And there's nothing that would make them have to pay me my money back.
No, they wouldn't be obligated to pay you back.
No, and I doubt they would have sent the book
so
back.
So no way would I give them their money
So
back.
I told them to ease
No
up,
way.
and they kept, I'm pissed.
Well, there was one situation where someone bought a Barbie doll outfit off of me, and this was in 2020 when the shipping was really bad around Christmas time. And it was like maybe 3 weeks that went by, and the lady never got her item. So I said, you know what, I'm really sorry. It has been a long time. I will refund you.
Right. It's lost.
It may have been lost. And it was like a $20 thing. So I did refund her. It wasn't that bad. But then this was, I think, when PayPal was still on eBay. She was super nice, and like a few days later it did show up, and she did PayPal me the money back. But I don't know how you would do that now without PayPal being on eBay.
You can't. I refunded people money.
Unless if you tell people, no, like if a customer wants to pay you back.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know how you would do that unless if you told them what you're paid.
And you can't contact them outside eBay.
Yeah, you're technically not supposed to contact them outside of eBay.
You'd have to probably call eBay and have them figure something out.
Yeah, so that makes it very... Well, eBay's no help anymore.
I've had no problem with them. You seem to have the worst problem.
I have the worst issues with the eBay people on the phone.
They were real nice to me. They were like, we understand. They gave me 2 extensions. Not me. They gave the post office 2 extensions. A time. And every time that person emailed me, and they emailed me a lot, through eBay.
Yeah.
They're upset. I'm like, I understand you're frustrated. I totally get it. Hey, I'm selling you this thing. What I wanted to tell them, I didn't say anything, but because I know it wouldn't have mattered.
Right.
eBay would have refunded them no matter what. So would they, but what's the
big deal? So if the customer just stayed a little patient, and if the item, let's say it did get lost in the mail, maybe a few weeks went by, it never showed up at all, and let's say they didn't even scan it, then yeah, he could have gotten his money back.
And I might not have. I might have just had to eat the loss.
Because eBay does have buyer protections in place. Not always seller protections.
And I didn't put the extra insurance, because you can insure media mail now, which is good.
You can add insurance to media mail on the eBay screen.
And I don't think I did, but it doesn't even matter. Like, I spent $4 for the book.
Yeah.
$3 for the shipping, because it was free shipping, so it would have been out $7 ultimately, plus whatever fees.
Yeah.
Right?
So I mean, ultimately, if you needed to, you could have refunded him. But the fact that the USPS, the Postal Service was scanning the package.
Right.
It was showing it was on the way. It was just delayed. There was a warehouse in Pennsylvania, or a facility in Pennsylvania where
USPS.
Yeah, where everything was backed up.
So
they were backed up for like a week.
All right. So to add insult to injury, what made it worse? This whole experience, and I'm not traumatized by it, but what sucks is that they still got the last jab at me by giving me a neutral feedback. I did everything I could as a seller.
Sometimes you can never make them some happy. People happy.
I was on the phone
no matter what
with USPS. They opened up a case.
Yeah.
I let them know what they told me. There was all this information, and I don't understand why you just don't open up a tracker, whatever that means.
It had a tracking.
I know this. I told them that weeks ago.
Some people weren't that in.
I know. But I have to.
They just want to give you a hard time. You just can't make everyone happy.
Now, see, if I was a dick, if I was like, dodging them and saying nasty stuff to them, then I get a neutral. I did. So some people you can't make happy, but in the end, they got their dumb book. So.
Yes. Bargain Baron says, I hope you blocked that buyer afterwards, James.
I don't do that, but I might
Tony
try to do
says,
that.
sounds like a scammer to me, like they were wanting to get their
get
free.
both. Yeah, well, not gonna happen.
They wanted their cake and they wanted to eat it too.
Well, it's not gonna happen. Sorry, I fight back. Sorry.
I had several fraudulent charges on my eBay. So they don't do PayPal anymore. They have direct deposit now. They have eBay managed payments. So you have to have a bank account linked to your eBay account. And I have a separate business bank account linked to eBay. Well, I was looking at my banking the other day and I saw some charges on there that I don't remember purchasing. And it said eBay Inc. with a bunch of numbers and stuff after it. And I'm like, what is that?
What's up with that?
I know, like on the eBay screen, I print the shipping labels, but that usually comes out of your pending payments. They take it out of the sale and then give you what's left over. So I'm like, this doesn't look right. I called eBay. They weren't really much help. They're like, oh, well, we'll put a note in. I'll tell my supervisor, because all the transactions that they showed me on the screen don't match up to what the bank is telling me.
Right.
So I had to call my bank and tell them, like, this isn't matching up right. So I had to dispute it. So that's supposed to be corrected within 10 days, they told me. But if you are an eBay seller and you're doing the managed payments, definitely, check your bank account a couple times, here and there to just make sure it's balancing out correctly.
Word up.
Because it happens with Amazon too. People can get hacked if you buy stuff on there or sell stuff on there. On any, it could happen to any site really. But
sure.
So yeah, that was my grief with eBay. But it's not, it's manageable. It's one return and then a few weird little charges. So
yeah, I try to get all my ducks in a row when I call them, and usually I've had some really good outcomes with eBay where I got reimbursed and the person got reimbursed.
Yeah,
that's always nice. But there's times when it doesn't happen. So
let's wrap this up, and we're going to talk about the Mummy and the Monkey.
Woo-hoo!
Because it's 7:47 already. We've been yakking and yakking
about the eBay. What's the more? I think that's interesting. They're both interesting topics.
Well, we haven't been on for a couple weeks doing podcasts.
I know.
So I thought if this goes a little bit over an hour, that's okay.
A little beefier on the eBay stuff.
A little meatier.
Yes. All right. So switching gears. Here we go to Mummy and Monkey, which you know and love.
The Mummy and the Monkey. Yeah, we're taking this Friday off. We're taking tomorrow off. We will continue the Hairy Scary Hangout Friday. I believe it's March 4th. Friday, March 4th. And that'll be episode 154.
Now that is pending. That it's all. You never know. We might get in an argument where we threaten each other that we're not going to do the show anymore with each other. So as long as that doesn't, the argument might happen, but as long as we don't follow through with the threats. We should be back next Friday.
No, we're good.
For this minute.
He's teasing you.
No,
we're good.
I'm not teasing.
We're good.
You don't think that happens?
All right, any Doctor Who fan, says Tracy.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh, loves Doctor Who. So
I'm trying to turn her on to Doctor Who. So she's liking Buck Rogers. The 25th in the 25th century one. The one they made in the 70s. You liking that one? So I'm gonna get you into the Doctor Who stuff.
Yeah, I never got into Doctor Who.
But you like science fiction, right?
I do like some science fiction, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll warm you up. You'll like the Who. He's good.
John says, you guys have the patience of a saint. I won't even do band merchandise anymore. I have my bass player do it. The mail ups. Ugh, no thank you.
Well, look.
You know what? Sometimes
I'll tell you what it is.
If I'm dealing with an angry or irrational customer online, yeah, it's a nuisance. But I was a Walmart manager for 10 years, and I've dealt with some really nasty people in person.
Right.
So if I deal with the occasional dumb person online, it doesn't bother me as much.
I was going to say pretty much
because
the same
of
thing.
Dealing with some really weird people of Walmart.
Yeah, I never worked at Walmart, but any job I've had, you know, office job, whatever, you know, as a designer illustrator, when I worked at different places, you know, you still had to deal with people. You had a boss.
Yeah.
You had to, you know, can I get a day off or I don't feel good? Or, you know, you feel bad about asking for a day off, and they you know, and the goofy vacations they give you, like they're doing you a favor. And all that. So I weigh all the crap that I used to deal with.
And it's not nearly as bad.
As a wage slave, as they say. And it's not that bad. I can deal with a couple of.
And here's the wacky thing: I was an hourly supervisor, so when I would tell a customer, "No, I'm sorry, you know, Mr. or Mrs. Customer, I can't give you the sale price that ended a week ago." So they, as a you know, they still wouldn't want to listen to me.
Oh my God, yeah.
Customer's always right.
And they wouldn't take you seriously, or they try to talk down to you.
Where's your manager?
I want to talk to your manager.
Who's above
so
you?
then you have to call like the higher up. It's like the staircase of the upper ladder of management. You have to like go up these steps.
Everyone's done this, by the way.
Oh, it's terrible.
But we've all done that.
Yeah.
People, I mean, I know I have.
What do you mean I can't have it for the sale price that ended a week ago?
But I don't have to deal with me. So yeah, so I that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
If I ever get down, which I really I don't. I love doing this stuff, and I just hope we get better and better at it. You know, but I love doing it. It's fun. You know, doing, you know, whether it's Mummy the Monkey or reselling, all of this stuff is up to us to come with what to do next. You know, all of it generates income for us. So that's a good thing too. It's not a hobby. You know, the Mummy and the Monkey stuff. You know, some people have said enjoy your hobby. It's like that's not a hobby. Now it's become a way of life. I mean, it adds food to the fridge. It adds.
It does.
You know, money to the bills.
When people, because I want to thank Dane and Linda Stotzer, and then there was, oh, I'm trying to remember the other name. we had a couple fans, like, you know,
set us up for life.
No, they sent us, you know, like stuff. Because if they don't do the super chat, you know, we had like some people like do a PayPal little
and some people we can't even mention,
and some stuff but
I think that's what you did.
It's very sweet. It's very sweet.
You thought about that one. That's good.
And when people buy our T-shirts off Teespring, when people order things, when they order a DVD from us,
it's income.
Yeah, when heck, even if you watch our YouTube videos that have ads on them, that helps support the channel because you know. The ads help the channel,
and ultimately,
so we can get a few pennies out of it.
And ultimately, it's not midterms yet for the president, but it is time to vote now for the Rondo Awards.
Yes,
Rondos. We're all building up to hopefully getting. I guess maybe we would love to win this, but if we don't, you know, score up pretty high there. Yeah, but the Rondo Awards are already in full swing. So if you want to vote for the Mummy the Monkey as the best horror host,
or favorite horror host,
your favorite, whatever.
It's called the favorite horror host category.
Okay, favorite.
You could go on RondoAward.com. We're asking our fans nicely to please go on RondoAward.com. They have lots of different categories. They have 20 different categories to choose from.
But you don't care about any of those.
The favorite horror host category. They also have categories like favorite movie, favorite magazine, favorite horror themed website, favorite podcast.
Yeah.
It's a lot of cool stuff. So as a fan, you can have your say, and we're really happy and grateful to even be on the ballot. Past 3 years, we've received honorable mention, which is really sweet. We're happy for that.
I mean, we're up against heavy hitters: Sven Gulli, Elvira, Joe Bob Briggs.
Yeah.
The odds are low, but not impossible.
They are low, but not impossible, because if you factor in the 20,000 followers we have between Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, it's a combined 20,000. If all 20,000 were to vote, that would really help substantially.
The number we got last year was 6,000. About 6,000 people voted for that category.
Yeah.
Okay, with Sven Gulli and Elvira in there. If you said we have 20,000 people that know who are aware of us
between our social media and YouTube, it's so around 20,000 followers.
So if a fourth of them, if 5,000 people voted,
there could be a chance. Yeah,
that would be almost.
But who knows? They might get double the votes.
For everything. Maybe
we don't know.
But that was the number last year when when people asked about that to the guy putting it on. He said 6,000 votes came in for the favorite horror host category. just 6,000. So like if every one of the people that out there that know who we are voted for us, we would win. I mean, there's no way we wouldn't be able to
if you guys could, it takes a couple minutes. You can go on rondoaward.com. It has all of the information on how you can send in your ballot. There's an email address on there. You just email them and you tell them who your favorites are.
Yeah.
You can vote for one category. You could vote for all 20-something categories.
Whatever you want to vote for.
Whatever you want to vote for, whoever you want to vote for.
The instructions are like to copy paste that ballot into an email.
Yeah, you can copy and paste the ballot into an email,
and
or you can send them the email and type in your answers.
Yep. You can just say favorite horror host,
your votes.
The Mummy, the Monkey, send, done.
Yeah.
Forget all the other categories.
And we appreciate you guys that do vote. That really does mean a lot. Because just to get honorable mention is really cool. To be part of that horror film community.
Yeah.
And even to get that is pretty sweet.
Right, because there's quite a few people on that list, and not everybody. It's not like everyone appears on the winners list. Like, here's the winner, and here's all the honorable mentions below. There's just a couple of honorable mentions.
Tony Beller, technically Elvira did have a show around Halloween time on Shudder.
Yes, she did.
She did have a show on Shudder, and then she does still put out internet videos here and there.
Yeah, she's still
she's not like on regular cable TV anymore.
She's not retired, as far as I know, not officially.
She's still kind of like active, and she's still out there.
Yeah, so they did put out a comic book with her and Vincent Price running around doing stuff. The Ghost of Vincent Price.
Yeah, and this makes it so like, because I put in a Facebook post earlier today, or was it yesterday? Recently.
Yes. That
it is like. Now we start this awkward kind of cringy phase of constantly promoting ourselves. Hey, vote for us for like the next month or so until the voting ends.
There's no shame in that. It's only what's going to happen.
And we love the other horror hosts too, but we would love to have a chance at winning.
And it's gotten, and let's just plant this seed.
I mean, who wouldn't want to win something, right? So can you blame us?
They're right. I mean,
can't blame them for trying either.
No. Let's plant the seed, because the idea. So there needs to be another. Well, we a lot of people suggested another category. That's so you got maybe the TV hosts and then the internet hosts.
Maybe
since people look at them so
differently.
differently.
Split it between television and internet.
Because I'm just saying, we hear from some. Not all of them, but some of the people that are on commercial television, some of them see a difference between like us, what they call, some of them call wannabe, but like horror hosts that are on the internet. That's a different medium. So it should be treated that way. There should be a lot of people say that.
We do have
Rhonda.
We do have the super rare, one of a kind.
Yes.
Rondo Award.
Right.
Now this was handmade by artist John Rogers from Indiana.
Sweetness.
And he sent that to us last year, and we will forever cherish this.
Yes.
Rondo Award. We didn't know that Rondo hadn't had a sister.
She's very handsome.
She's a very handsome woman.
Now she needs her brother to keep her company, so we need that Rondo.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say really quick. We've thought about this, but if we do this, then we'll never be able to win it because we did it. But if someone else wanted to start another horror awards, it might be good. Give Rondo a little. It doesn't have to, why does there have to be just one?
Yeah.
Who knows?
And Louis came back.
He did. He's
the
purring
cat
like
came
crazy.
back.
Love you, buddy. So good.
Tony says, "Vote for us. Politicians do it all the time." We're not as slimy as them.
Are we gonna take like a train everywhere and
Yeah, should we like go on tour with a big van and?
Can I do that scream? What's his name?
Who did that?
Well, that one dude, the Democrat. Oh, shoot.
Oh.
Dude,
that's a really old reference.
I know, but you like that one. The guy that screamed and cost him his his place in the race. Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, we earned it. No, we still like being everyone. Look, we win every Friday when we're live and anyone's watching us.
Yeah, really.
That's true.
If there's some people watching us on YouTube, then we're winners. We're grateful for what we have, but of course, you got to dare to dream, right? Got to dare to dream.
Yep. Living the dream.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Okay, other Mummy and Monkey updates. So, next Friday, March 4th, for episode 154 of the Hairy Scary Hangover.
We have a movie?
We have a movie pick.
Movie pick.
That
movie
you
pick.
need to edit.
I know. I'll get on it.
And the movie is Werewolf of Washington.
Arr.
There's a lot of craziness going on with politics.
There is?
And, well,
I don't know what you're talking about.
a lot of weird current events going on
I don't know.
in the world news. So I thought, let's play the 1970s that wasn't a TV movie. That was an indie movie.
I am aloof.
Let's play Werewolf of Washington.
Yes, with Dean Stockwell.
Yeah.
The late, great Dean Stockwell.
So, we're going to be playing that. He's going to put sound effects in the movie.
As always.
We have a fellow horror host friend that might be sending us some video.
We have surprises.
So we're going to have a surprise, guest cameo on our show.
So we'll have a howl of a time, you're saying.
It's going to be a howl of a good time.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Howl, yeah. So,
cool.
yeah. What other wolf jokes can I make?
Or dog jokes.
Or dog jokes.
I don't know.
I think I ran out right now.
Canine Watch?
Yes.
Canine Watch your program?
Appearances. So
Appearances.
we have 2 or 3 appearances this spring.
We do.
I think 3.
I have some stills.
And you have some stills.
I think I have to go to our... Where does that go? TM Stills? No, not... Well, that's... If
Oh, we love you too, Tracy. Thank you.
All right, let's see.
Spooky Doll Lady. I
That's
had
what we're
3
doing now.
whole people watch my Twitch stream earlier. I felt like a superstar. Aw. We don't really go on Twitch, but if you do
Doesn't
stuff
matter.
on YouTube, we'll check out your YouTube.
For sure. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, Spooky Doll Lady.
So
we made a Twitch account, and we just haven't done anything with
Right.
it.
We're working on stuff. So
We're trying to perfect YouTube.
So here we go. We got this one coming up. Cinema Wasteland, our favorite.
Yes, April 8th, 9th, and 10th of 2022 of this year.
This year.
We will be at Cinema Wasteland in Strongsville, Ohio. It is a fun film festival and convention. I don't remember who the guests are, but they have some decent guests there. And
Check out their website.
You could go on their website, cinemawasteland.com, for more information. We are also guests there. And we will be there with a new Blu-ray for sale and hopefully some other new merch that we're working on.
They'll be screening that in the room.
Mm-hmm.
That episode. It's our Halloween episode from last year.
And then Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. We're gonna have we're helping to host a Texas Chainsaw Massacre Film Festival. And the special guest there will be Carolyn Williams from the second Texas Chainsaw. She was the final girl in that movie. And
this is all Saturday, April 16th.
I was trying to look for that date.
On the top.
Okay. Saturday, April 16th, 2022 at the Lorraine Palace Theater in Lorraine, Ohio. It's a beautiful movie theater. The building's 100 years old. People say it's haunted. There's going to be music playing on a Wurlitzer organ. They will be playing Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 and 2. And there's going to be a special Q&A with Carolyn herself that we're going to help host. And they're going to have food vendors, food trucks, some other vendors there. It's going to be a fun day to hang out, watch movies, eat some yummy food, and meet Miss Carolyn and us.
That's right. And hang out with us, the Mummy and the Monkey. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you're so inclined to wear something cool to that event, if you attend, you can go to our Teespring store and...
We've got t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, and so much more. It's all available there on the Teespring store.
Hi-yo.
We've got the link there on the screen and in the video description below. We also have the link on the MummyAndMonkey.com.
That's right, Janet. Very good. All right. Woo!
All right, let's read some comments.
Oh, Louie, I love you.
Hey, guys. All right. I'm losing my voice here. John says, hi there. Thanks for the birthday wishes you sent me on the 20th. And congrats on getting nominated for the Rondo again. Thank you, John.
Yo!
I hope you had a good birthday. And
Yes.
thanks for hanging with us.
Happiest birthday.
Tony says, Washington is full of bloodsuckers. Good joke. Lois says, maybe still kind of paranoid of crowded places, though. But I do love Cinema Wasteland. Well, a lot of people are still wearing masks. And if you feel like you need to, definitely do. We want people to be safe and protect themselves, help protect each other. But we won't get too much into that. Let's see. Have you seen the Netflix Texas Chainsaw out now, says Gary. Yes, Gary.
Unfortunately, we did say that.
We saw it.
We're not really that.
It was total crap.
In our opinion.
In my opinion, it was a total...
Hated it.
I want to swear.
It's a piece of shit.
It was a total piece of shit. It was a piece of crap.
You know.
It was a bunch of malarkey.
Yeah, you know, I was, you know, right before we watched the movie, we were talking about, you know, well, we'll have to check this movie out. We have to see it. You know, we're all about all this kind of stuff. But I told Janet the interesting thing I thought was before I even thought about the when I started thinking about the original movie, the original 70s 73 movie, all I heard in my head was that Polaroid camera that you hear in the beginning of that movie.
Bye, Connie. Thanks for watching.
Without even thinking about it, that's all I heard in my head. I was like, that's so crazy that just that sound, which I didn't hear anywhere, it just popped into my head because that's what, you know, when you know you're in for, you know, after you see that movie, when you start hearing that sound, you're like, uh-oh. You know, you just like that. It just reminds you. It just takes you right back. But anyway, there was nothing in this movie that stuck with me.
There were a few interesting scenes, but I didn't like the actors. I didn't like the story. I didn't like the script.
I think they're
I
real
hated
late.
the dialogue. I hated, like, okay, some of the effects did look cool, but they're trying to make Leatherface be super tough and invincible like Jason Voorhees, and Leatherface isn't Jason Voorhees. Leatherface was a real, well, based off of a real person. And you have to think, okay, so if it was like 40 or 50 years later after the first or second Texas Chainsaw movies, I mean, Leatherface would have to be in his 70s. And you're going to tell me a guy in his 70s is going to, like, take out all these people like he's he's some supernatural boogeyman? It's just so crappy. I was just so... And then they tried to do some type of social message, and it was kind of
gentrification.
I'm gonna say it was half-assed. Okay, I cussed to swear. It was crap. It was total crap. But that's my opinion. Some other people might enjoy it.
Was it better than the Ghostbusters reboot, the 2016 reboot?
No, they were both equally crappy.
Okay.
Yeah, they were both equally crappy.
Yeah, I mean, they just can't come up with anything new. And okay, at least this was a continuation. It was part of the original storyline. It's not supposed to be a reboot. That reboot crap. I'll give it that, but it's
it's just like not so good.
I don't know. I've seen better stuff. I mean, we won't get into what we've been watching, but
I was hoping it would be better, but you know, maybe some other movies will come along that are better.
Of course there will.
I would really love to see more creative movies, not based off of, you know, okay, so we have Leatherface, Jason, Freddy, all these characters that have been done too many times.
Yeah.
And they're likable characters, but then when they come out with these sequels and prequels and retellings and rehashing of the story or whatever the heck they're doing, it turns out to be total crap.
Only because
total crap.
you know why they do, because they're trying to reboot something that was very popular. It wasn't like they took a crappy movie and made it better. I mean, that might be but they won't do that, because what they're trying to do, obviously, I say the investors in Hollywood, they want to make the money. What was popular, what will work again, let's just repackage it, recast it, and it has a fan base. They'll probably go check it out, so we have their dollar, and then, you know, if it worked once before, it'll work again.
They're just milking it, and it's like, I want to see different movie monsters.
Right.
I would love to see more creativity. Come up with some new movie monsters. Come up with a really good story. Some really solid characters that are likable.
Like Twilight.
No.
Oh.
Not like that at all.
You wouldn't even watch it.
No.
But I only like
no.
But I only watched. But see, I have to. But I didn't watch. I watched the Riff Tracks versions of them where they made fun of them. But I did see the first one.
Well, that's not a real horror. That's not a horror film. That's a teeny bopper movie.
Anyway, yeah.
Anyways,
so,
but it would just be nice to see more creativity. One film director or producer that I think recently, within the past 5 years, has made some great movies. Jordan Peele, the movie Get Out, the movie Us. Those are great movies, and he's working on a new movie called Nope. So I have to see what that's all about.
It sounds interesting.
It does.
And the question too is, like, let's say before there was Freddy Krueger, before there was Jason, there weren't these. The only thing that was close was The Town That Feared Sundown, And there were slasher type movies. Even Texas Chainsaw was sort of a slasher movie before the whole trend took off in the late 70s.
Yeah.
But
it would just be nice to see something different.
yeah, I mean, stop. Yeah, there's even Scream. Even that they couldn't even redo.
Scream was brand new when it came out in the 90s. That was an all new character.
It was a different take on slasher films. But I'm saying the new movie, they call it Scream.
Yeah.
Okay, again, it's very confusing. And a lot of people hated it that loved the original franchise.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. I was gonna wait until it's like, you know, something I could maybe rent for a couple bucks on Amazon or something.
I didn't like it, but that's just me. The other Scream movies I loved. But I'm willing to watch them
I loved the Scream movies. This new one, I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. Bargain says, has there been a good Slender Man movie yet?
Not out. There's been some indie movies I think made a Slender Man.
I haven't seen any Slender Man movies. There's
some indie ones.
Are there some?
Yeah, for sure.
I did love The Babadook. That's a really good movie.
I like the end of it. That's about it.
The Babadook is a cool movie.
I think it's a little overrated, but it's okay.
I think it's cool. It's like a boogeyman type of movie, like a ghosty type of movie. But some of the way it was filmed, the story, it was just really neat.
A couple that stick with me, a really good one that I personally think is really haunting, and you haven't seen it yet. It's called The Orphanage.
The Orphanage? I haven't seen it.
Guillermo del Toro movie. Very good, I thought. It's so gothically good. It's so good. The Orphan, not to be confused with The Orphanage.
The Orphan?
You haven't seen that. You need to see that movie. It's really creepy. It's really good. And what's the other one? You Get Out. We talked about that. You know, we like that one.
Yeah, I love that movie.
But Drag Me to Hell. I love.
Drag Me to Hell's good.
So weird and good.
Lois says, if you want to see a good horror show, not movie, check out Midnight Mass.
Oh yeah, we've been
lots of great stuff in that. I've heard good things about that.
Let's start that one tonight.
That's one we're going to have to look into.
We should start tonight after Buck Rogers.
We have to finish Buck Rogers. We have to finish our cheesy 70s shows.
But another one I liked, and I don't know why I liked it, other than I just like it. It's called Splice. That movie Splice.
Splice?
About the genetic thing. You didn't get through it. I love that movie.
I think I fell asleep halfway through.
It's just such a weird movie, and it could happen. You know, it's about genetic manipulation and stuff.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
pretty neat.
They'll probably do that.
It gets really weird in the end. It goes into some weird places. That's what I like about it.
Okay, so we talked about the Cinema Wasteland appearance. We talked about the Lorraine Palace Theater appearance.
What other appearances?
We might be appearing at Fan Expo. So Wizard World Comic Con, those Comic Cons, Wizard World is now Fan Expo. What? Another company bought them. And there's going to be a Fan Expo Cleveland at the end of April, early May. It's like the last weekend of April. And we might be there for one day with the Cleveland Ghostbusters group and the Cleveland Star Trek group.
It sounds like an adult movie. The End of April.
No.
Starring Ron
Stop it. Oh, yeah.
The End of April.
But no, Fan Expo Cleveland, we don't know what day we're going to be there yet, but there's a discussion panel about movie monsters that we're going to be a part of. We just don't know where they're going to fit it in the schedule.
Oh, we actually get to be a part of this. We're going to know beforehand?
I hope so.
And not the day up.
They haven't gotten back with us about any of the other things.
We were at an event last year where there was a discussion panel, and a horror host discussion panel, or about horror movies or something, and that we weren't told about till about 5 minutes before the panel was going to be going on. And then we were told, would you guys want to be a part of it? It's like, and I was like, no, we didn't know anything about it. It's all good. You got who you want up there. They had 2 other hosts up there, and that was it. But it was weird. I mean,
with Fan Expo, they're supposed to have a really good guest list, like some really big names there. There's a lot on their website that it looks like they haven't updated yet, and then we haven't received word back on, our involvement yet. So it's kind of weird. Like, we're gonna go, we just don't know what day, and we'll probably just go for one day if we do go, because I don't know if we're gonna have a booth or not. I mean, if not this year, maybe we'll get a booth next year. So.
Oh yeah, Lois said that our friend Lois and Tom. So Tom said it's already snowing and icy out. He is a wonderful man.
Oh.
You're a wonderful woman. Thank you so much for those really spiffy birthday
Yes.
presents. I
Thank
love
you,
them.
Tom and Lois.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll see you again this weekend. It'll be cool.
Dave said that G-Fest does that with their panels. Is that Godzilla Fest? G-Fest?
G-Fest, what? That they just invite people
That
last minute?
they do stuff at the last minute and don't always tell people.
That's different, but there was something on their site that we just weren't ever aware of until the day up, which was kind of odd because you would ask us. Why? I mean, there were other people they didn't. It was just
Well,
weird.
let's not go into that.
I don't care.
You know.
But I just wanted to say, I was just making the joke that
It's just that
that we know about it beforehand.
It would, we're looking forward to knowing
Yeah.
everything beforehand,
You
obviously.
could prepare a little bit.
But sometimes things are like, communication gets,
I could do the
a little-
impromptu thing, but I just took it as a slight and used that and played it off. We could have ran up there. That would have been interesting.
Nah, it's all right.
You didn't want to do it.
Nah.
knew-
if I want to
knew.
be part of a discussion panel, I usually like to know like what we're talking about and kind of have some notes and stuff
Yeah.
beforehand anyway.
Right.
So then I feel more comfortable like talking in front of people because, you don't want to just be like, "Hi, I'm gonna."
We could pull that
Well,
off.
I mean, we kind of babble here on YouTube in front of all of you.
Yeah, I got the gift
so
of gab. I could talk.
I
all
guess
day.
we could babble about things.
My mom used to say I used to talk all night in the crib, like talk.
Really?
Nothing's changed.
You are a talker.
I've definitely been the same person I've been since day one.
All right, guys.
Stay up all night and talk. That's me.
There you go. There you go. Let's see. Oh, cosplay stuff. We're looking into maybe fixing up our costumes and doing some. There's another project we're a part of, but we can't talk about it yet. We're waiting for some more details to kind of get sorted out, but we might be a part of another channel.
Mm-hmm.
This could be really big for us, but we are waiting until we get more information.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be like more independent films that we would be hosting.
Yes, like stuff
And stuff
crazy
that
stuff.
so if we host a different thing for this other platform, it's going to be definitely not for kids. It's blood and guts and like really scary stuff.
B&G, TNA, everything.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
Maybe a little male frontal. Who knows what's in these movies?
Well,
It can't just be TNA.
well,
Although the A could be a guy's A.
it's going to be definitely
A little more adult, a little more.
a little more edgy. We'll say that it's going to be
even
more
if
on the
there's
edgy side.
No adult stuff, it'll be a lot bloodier, a lot gorier.
Yeah, like and they sent us like a list of movies we could pick from, and some of the movie titles are like really.
Well, the one I want to say, I can't say.
Yeah,
right
we can't say the movie titles.
We
yet.
saw the title, we're like, yes.
We can't say the movie titles, but the movies are going to be really cool.
But the one that we're talking about,
yeah,
we're like, don't even just write it. That's it. We need that one. That's
just based
I
on
don't
the
care
title of
how
the-
bad it. But
And then we were looking some of the titles up online to
Sure.
try to watch the trailer or try to get more info on the movies.
want us even with
Because not all of them we've seen.
and we got to see it, and we're like, oh God, yeah, we got to show this one. This is a winner.
Yeah, we can't. Oh man, there's so much I wish we could talk
Yeah,
about,
but
but I can't yet. We can't until we get more info.
There are fun things in the works, and I think even if it does, well, we'll talk about it later.
Yes.
There's stuff we can do with this concept we have that can translate to other things.
That can translate to other things.
Yes.
But we're just it's kind of in talks still. It would be cool to we've had some little TV gigs here and there. So we're open to, other projects.
Sure, absolutely.
And we still will continue on our YouTube. We will still continue
It won't.
the
It shouldn't
Hairy
interrupt
Scary
this thing at
Hangout.
all.
It
That's
shouldn't
the plan.
interrupt it. No.
Yeah, the plan is to do both.
No. And this is something that we could film in advance and have it
Yeah, this would be a little more
filmed
polished.
and ready to go for this other platform.
Yeah, it's a little bit, but it will be definitely fun and interesting, and it won't be a repeat or a rehash or a reboot of what this is. It'll be
It'll be
totally
like a
different thing.
separate thing. It'll still be our characters.
Yes.
It'll just be like a separate type of format.
Yeah,
Like a different format.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We got a good idea.
Oh, thank you, John. He says, your costumes rule. Don't think they could get any better. Oh, thank you. Sometimes we do have to mend them. We're trying to tweak them here and there.
Yeah, I got chub rub and I got patches in the inside. I'm just kidding.
Or maybe like sometimes we have to fix your gloves. Like the fake fur on your gloves will come undone. Or we have to fix your wig.
Yeah. Well,
So sometimes we have to take a day to work on the costumes.
And I really don't try to do too much because I'm not really a monkey. I'm sorry. It's supposed to look like a crappy costume. Which doesn't bother me at all. Sometimes there's work in making it look like a crappy costume. but
sometimes, you know, it doesn't hurt to every now and then refresh.
I know.
And fix
Shower.
things up.
Oh, you mean?
Yeah, and showering is good too.
Yeah, sure.
You know, that would be nice for your co-host here for my nose.
Yes.
Although I'm kind of stuffed up right now.
Oh noes. Oh noes.
Oh noes. I've had sinus issues for like 2 weeks now. So it's this weather, this weird weather. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching us.
Is that
we'll
gonna
probably
wrap it up?
Yeah, we've been live for over an hour.
Yes. I miss it. I like, you know, we're not going to be doing our show tomorrow night, so I just need a little bit of that camera time.
Yeah, we're gonna miss you guys tomorrow, but we will be back next Friday for sure.
We'll be thinking about you tomorrow night.
We will. So you can watch our past shows.
Sure.
We have a lot of past episodes on here. I don't know if you guys have seen them all. There's some really crappy movies that might be fun to laugh at.
Our Halloween episode still up?
Our Halloween episode is still on YouTube for the time being.
Check that out. Halloween Spice, Pumpkin Spice Halloween Special 5.
Yeah, if you look at our videos back from October, there's a really cool Halloween special on there you can watch. So
we think you'll enjoy that.
Have a good weekend, Bargain Barons. Thank you. Have a good weekend, guys. And stay safe out there. As Janet Decay would say, good night, good fright.
And as Grimm Gorri would say, see you later, alligators.
Bye-bye.